Hello, hello. It's Mark. We're on another lovely stroll through Reddit. I smell the sulfur off in the distance. It's gonna be a good one. So here we have a thread about an army of Illinois state troopers. Now, it's a poorly written title. They're saying the protesters that you can't see in the entire video are the unlawful assembly. Here's what they have to say.
Mr. Keltner of the Illinois State Police. This is an unlawful assembly in violation of Illinois State Statute 720 ILCS 525-1. You're required to leave the roadway. Leave via Lexington. If you do not leave the area, you are subject to arrest. You may be subject to chemical agents, pain compliance techniques, or reasonable force to effect an arrest. Major Keltner of the Illinois State Police. This is an unlawful assembly in violation of Illinois State Statute 720 ILCS 525-1. You're required to leave the roadway immediately. Leave via Lexington. If you do not leave the area, you are subject to arrest. You may be subject to chemical agents, pain compliance techniques, or other reasonable force to effect your arrest.
Did you hear the guy? Did you hear the guy telling the army of police that actually it was them who needed to obey his laws? Like, it's just some chud commanding this group of police that he's telling them they're violating his laws. Wow. I mean, how pretentious do you have to be? Do they not know the meaning of the word army, by the way? This group of protesters, someone's provided some more context. Here's the context. That group of protesters looks about the size of the group of police, and you can see they're wearing gas masks as well. Now, do you expect a group of probably hundreds of people walking down the streets wearing gas masks and who knows what they're carrying? Do you expect that to be peaceful? So, for the sake of context, I'm going to include the definition of the word army. By the way, future me who's editing this, remember to dim this page because it's a complete flashbang. So, the word army is used in the title, and you know it's used to frame it as evil fascists attacking good-hearted, righteous, never done, never would do any wrong American citizens who are objectively correct about everything because they are Redditors. Now, the word army could be used to define those police officers. Here's the thing. A body of persons organized to advance a cause. In other words, every protest ever with a group of people is an army, by definition of the word. You're trying to use the word to define this evil group of murderers coming to kill you when they're just standing there talking. And the people who are screaming and insulting and commanding people with no authority whatsoever are the good people. The good people are the ones that are screaming at other people to obey them and get out of their way. And I don't even know what's going on here. I don't know the context of it. I'm not actually trying to say that this is or isn't peaceful or isn't unlawful. What I'm trying to give is some rationale on the irrationale, which is Reddit's response. America ready to go to war with America to save America from Americans. Not quite. Not very poetic or philosophical either. They are constantly pigs in mud, pigs in shit, pigs gonna act like pigs. Like, this is what they think is intelligent, high-minded behavior. No more constitutional rights. How can police be okay with this? Police don't care about victims. They support the orange PDF. Nothing says land of free, like an all-out assault on the rights to peaceful assembly. This is something that so many people don't understand. It's like saying freedom of speech. You're not actually free to do whatever you want. You can't just say the words peaceful assembly. It's not a magical spell. It doesn't allow you to simply go wherever you want, whenever you want. You can't hold up a Stop Israel sign and walk into Fort Knox and say, oh, well, peaceful assembly, bro. I can just do what I just walk into Fort Knox. Oh, there's a gold ingot there. I'll take that. put that right in my basket. You can't just do whatever you want wherever you want. I don't know if what they're doing is breaking the law. I really don't. I'm not concerned with them. I'm concerned with the Redditors. I'm concerned with the people who are calling them stormtroopers, saying that we should be arresting ICE, saying that we should be attacking ICE, or these aren't even ICE, they're just the police as far as I can tell. And you do see people asking for context here. Unlawful in what way, someone says. The response, unsupportive of dear leader, a cardinal offense for those of low intelligence. One of the ways police weed out candidates in the via IQ tests is to score too high and you're not considered for employment. That is not a response to what they said. This is a top 1% commenter, by the way, because all you have to do is be a literal Russian bot, and Redditors will upvote you to the top 1% of comments. You have people talking about context, but you also have a lot of people who are just saying this, I suppose. F these pigs. I hate Illinois Nazis. Not normal Nazis, though. Not Nazis from other places. Oh, look, another person. Illinois Nazis. I hate Illinois Nazis. Now, tell me, this actually, do you think that's a bot? Do you think this person here saying I hate Illinois Nazis 1 hour ago, and then this person here 1 hour ago saying Illinois Nazis, I hate Illinois Nazis? Do you think that this is a real person? And if it is a real person, do you think that they talk like this? Honestly, like, how can you say that that's a real person after saying that? Holy moly, so many bots up in here. The whole platform is bots now. Your mom's a bot. Got him. Can't really complain with that one. That's a classic, honestly. I'm disgusted every single day. Well, you're on Reddit every single day, aren't you? I mean, why wouldn't you be disgusted every day? Oh, here we go. Illinois Statute 720 ILCS 525-1 defines a this isn't the exact code, but it's the definition of it. Defines mob action as using force or violence to disturb the public peace or knowingly assembling two or more people with the intent to commit a felony or misdemeanor or with the intent to do violence to a person or property without legal authority. It covers actions that disturb the peace through violence and unlawful assemblies intended for criminal and violent purposes. Now, again, I don't know if they're doing any of these things. I don't know what they've done. The one person I saw who posted this link to another website which had this on it, which is from the same source. This is the only time you actually see the protesters. The original video conveniently only shows the police. And here we have what a Redditor is. Bro, WTF, we are not supposed to have a standing military force against civilians. Source, trust me, bro. I know everything about everything. What? Who would ever say this? Who would say, oh, we're not supposed to have a military force against civilians? Why? Why would you think that? Why would you? Who told you that? Who told you that? So, moving on. Now, when I talk about things, especially regarding ICE, it's not really about ICE most of the time. Because ICE, they make mistakes. I'm not defending them wholesale. Here they arrested someone and their two children for 36 plus hours, whatever that means. That's not a good thing. It happens, of course, but it's not a good thing. And in the case of ICE, where they have to take the children as well, then it just makes it even more of an issue. But I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not defending them here. Though Reddit does say that when ICE accidentally arrests a citizen, they deport them anyway and claim that they weren't a citizen, which doesn't seem to be the case. It's like the Redditors lied about that. But the point here isn't the story. I'm not sure exactly what's up with this picture. They supposedly arrested a man and his children by accident, and they've posted a picture of some people, I don't even know if they're ICE or what, using a saw to cut a chain off a fence. I mean, why not just show a picture of Hitler riding a T-Rex? Like, what is this even supposed to mean? But the point I'm trying to make is that the very first top comment is a quote from the article. It says, there was only one toilet, which the arrested man's daughter, 12-year-old daughter, had to use in an open room surrounded by male officers. Now, that's quoted as if they were all standing there staring at her using the toilet, as if they were like recording her or something. I highly doubt that's what it was. But everyone's response to this, it immediately goes from the story, from ICE accidentally arresting someone, to people accusing the right wing of all being, let's just say, abusers, predators. Like that's what it instantly turns into, and that's what I wanted to draw attention to. They didn't actually care about the story. They cared about slinging mud. They cared about attacking people for any reason that they can. It's not about, I mean, look, this person turns it into a Christian thing. Like it went from a guy being accidentally arrested because of mistaken identity to them calling everyone in the right wing a PDF, and then someone makes it about Christianity, all in the span of like 15 comments. You gotta keep the thread. You're losing the plot. Like, there's things you can say that make sense, but you choose not to make sense because you're idiots. This is obviously not about ICE, and at the same time, it's obviously about ICE. I mean, the OP, as far as I can tell, appears to be a bot. Like, I went through their comments; they seem to be a bot, and a lot of the comments, like, I mean, look at it: 19,000 upvotes, 261 comments. It's on the front page of Reddit right now. I mean, this is just proof that Reddit is controlled by bots. It is a psyop platform. You even have a lot of the comments of the 261. A lot of them are questioning the legitimacy of this. A lot of people are like, "Hang on, why is this being posted?" Right there, you see, this is from 2020. This isn't recent. This is someone using a picture from 2020 about a vigil of something that happened in 1989, I believe, in order to try and enforce the mindset in Americans that we need to rise up and overthrow the government. That's what this is trying to say, and everyone with a brain knows it. But the people in the comments, they mostly know it. They're just a little bickering. I mean, they bicker about pointless things. Like, the first person, they don't get it, or maybe they're a bot. When candles become louder than sirens, you know the people are unstoppable. Good God, someone needs to go read Morning Glory Milking Farm. The response was that someone was bickering further with them by saying that education is the first thing dictator sees control of. I don't know about that. I'm not an expert on everything like every Redditor is. I'm not an expert on dictators, but I'm pretty sure dictators have been around for a very long time. Most of them since before schooling existed. So they wouldn't really seize control of education to begin with. Like, Julius Caesar didn't need to take control of any schools and brainwash anyone because there weren't any. So I think it's a weird thing to say, and this is kind of where all of this dies for me. Like, all of these responses from people bickering. Dictators don't always take control of schools because schools don't always exist. Most of history didn't have schools. This is a comment that differs from my take on it. Want to know who wasn't among them? The very same Hong Kong protesters that the OP is trying to circle jerk. I don't think that was what the OP was doing. As I said, I think they were trying to make it about ICE in America, and I think that they're a bot. This link and everything is suggesting that people in Hong Kong don't see themselves as Chinese, and they are not going to go to the vigil because it suggests that they're Chinese, and none of that really matters to me because I don't think that's relevant to the situation, but it's interesting to see a different take on it. Most of these comments are kind of nothing burgers. Oh, cool. Something submitted 3 hours ago about an event that happened 5 years ago relating to China is on the top of the front page. That's definitely organic and not at all part of a push to distract from domestic American issues. I agree and disagree. It's clearly a bot, but it's clearly made to incite people to anger against Trump. It's clearly supposed to fill people with, oh, if I hold up a candle, I can fight ICE and I can overthrow Trump. That's what it says to me. That's what I think they're trying to say to me anyway. Maybe I'm wrong, but why would a foreign nation be trying to, or I guess they probably think the Republicans are doing it. It's probably thinking it's a Republican psyop, right? Why would anyone in America care about this? They don't really care, which is obvious from the comment section. But I do think it is a bot. The question is, do you think they have this same mindset about other things regarding ICE, like the one I've probably posted by now, where a bunch of people, tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands, freaked out thinking that ICE attacked the school, and it was actually an immigration court and a grown man? Do you think they worried about that being definitely organic? No, 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 of course not. Because it dealt with the real domestic American issue, right? And on that note of creating fake stories and ridiculous comments in order to generate real hatred and real violence, we have this posted on r/politics, which is a bit of a stretch. I mean, it is the president, so I guess you could say anything he says or does is politics, but It says Trump, 79, claims it's illegal for late night host to mock him. Now, I'm not going to mention the age thing because as far as I can recall, Trump was the first one to throw shade. And once you've done that, you know, it's fair game. You've said it first, now they can say it back to you. I'm not complaining about that. What I am complaining about, future me, remember to edit this again. I'm just going to flashbang everyone, including myself. Ah, God. Trump was quoted... he's mostly just raving about how he doesn't like some people. And then he says, no talent, no ratings, 100% anti-Trump, which is probably illegal. That's what he says. And it was taken out of context. Not even out of context. It was actually just warped and twisted into something else entirely on Reddit to claim that it was illegal. That's not what he said. He said it's probably illegal at the end of his own somewhat deranged rant about how talk show hosts were stupid and unfunny and he didn't like them. And of course the comment, you know, the comment section is already going to be what it is, but it's and a lot of it is justified because he is a bit thin-skinned here about things like this. I mean, look, Trump's a megalomaniac. And for that same reason, I think he really wants to be the GOAT, and I think he does want to be a great president, but his definition of great may not be the same as everyone's. But I'm not saying that you can't hate him for that. I'm not saying you can't hate him for what he said, but you have to hate what he said. And he didn't say it was illegal. He said it's probably illegal at the end of some mad rant he had. Keep the plot. Keep the plot, or else people can use your words against you. He didn't say it was illegal, at least not that I've read in this article that was linked. Okay, I've been wanting to end these videos with good news, but it's just so hard to find good news on Reddit. I've spent the past 15-20 minutes scrolling through Reddit looking for good news. All I've found is more stuff to make me bitter and angry. I might have to go find somewhere else besides Reddit for good news, but that kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it? I don't know. Maybe I'll just give up. I don't. Look. In the meanwhile, here's a video of a cat.
Hallo. Kom heen.
Anyway, thanks for watching.
Take care now. Bye-bye then.